Hello, and thank you for joining me today for Applying for Financial Aid Beginner FAFSA Tips. The goal of our Applying for Financial Aid video series is to take some of the mystery out of the financial aid process. Check our website at jjc.edu/financial aid for a link to our other financial aid help videos. My name is Deanna, and I'm the Director of Financial Aid at Joliet Junior College. The intended audience for this video is any student and/or parent who are looking for general tips on completing the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA. So how do you apply? You'll want to complete the FAFSA online every year at studentaid.gov. And you'll want to apply as soon as possible after October 1st every year. That is the date that the FAFSA becomes available for the following academic school year. So, for example, if you're going to be attending college in fall of 2022, you'll want to do your FAFSA on October 1st of 2021. Apply early as some grants are first come, first serve and do run out, and some schools have priority deadlines and tuition payment due dates that you'll need to be aware of. So what do you need to get started? First, you need an FSA ID and password. This is a username and password that you'll want to keep in a safe place because you'll need this every year to electronically sign your FAFSA. You can create one at fsaid.ed.gov. There are also some help videos on our website explaining how to do this. You're going to need your federal tax return and W-2 information. You're going to need records of other untaxed income sources. And you're going to need current asset information such as cash savings and checking account balances, investment information, and business or farm assets. If you're considered a dependent student for purposes of the FAFSA, your parent will also need all of the above information, including their own FSA ID. And if you're a married student, your spouse will also need all of the above information, excluding the FSA ID. Determine which academic year you will be attending college and then review this chart to determine which FAFSA year you need to complete and which tax and income information that you need to have available. So here are some basic facts and tips for once you get into the application. The FAFSA uses skip logic, and this means that based on answers to your questions, the FAFSA will show or hide other questions. So your FAFSA experience may not be the same as another student's. Any page that you are on will show the navigation tabs at the top of the page and show which step of the process you are at. However, you may not be able to or be required to enter information on every page depending on your situation. At the bottom of every page on the FAFSA, you will have a previous and a next button. You will want to use these buttons to navigate through your FAFSA. Using your browser's back button may cause you to lose data. Pay attention to which tab you are on when you are entering information. If you are a dependent student, the FAFSA will ask you for data for you and your parents. Enter all information carefully. It's a common mistake where students and parents mix up first and last names or mistype their social security number. This will cause issues and delays with your application. Read each question carefully, and if you get stuck, use the Help button. The Help button is on the right of every question with a question mark, and when you click it, it will open up more information so that you know exactly what they are looking for this particular question. The FAFSA allows you to add up to 10 colleges to send your FAFSA information to. If you're unsure which college you will be attending, complete your FAFSA anyway. You can always come back to your FAFSA and add or change your school codes. It's always a good idea to add your local community college to your FAFSA, just in case your plans unexpectedly change. For this reason, I've added JJC's federal school code to this slide so that you can easily add it to your FAFSA. On the income section of the FAFSA for you and/or your parents, if you are able to use the IRS Data Retrieval Tool, or DRT, you will see this screen pop up that you can link to the IRS. This is the most effective and efficient way to import your tax return information or your parents' tax return information. When using this tool, make sure to enter your information exactly as it appears on your tax return, including items such as abbreviations in your mailing address. Some people will not be eligible to use the data retrieval tool. For instance, if you've recently gotten married or if your parents filed a tax return with the status of married filing separately. You will be prompted to enter your tax and income information manually from your tax return and W-2s instead. The FAFSA saves often as you navigate through the pages, and you will see this green application was saved successfully status bar. But you can also click Save from the black navigation bar at the top of your screen. This save feature is helpful for filling out as much as you can on your own and then getting your parents or your school to help you with your additional questions. You can always come back and resume where you left off. Don't forget to sign and submit your FAFSA when you've completely finished it. The student and parent, if applicable, will be prompted to sign electronically using the FSA ID username and password. If you're unable to sign electronically with your FSA ID username and password, you'll want to click the Other Options to Sign and Submit button at the bottom of your screen. From there, you will be able to print a signature page, sign it, and mail it into the Department of Education. You'll want to do that as quickly as possible because there are delays with the manual signature page as opposed to the electronic signature. Once complete with your signature, don't forget to submit the FAFSA. If you need to make corrections to your FAFSA or add a school, that's not a problem. Once you submit your FAFSA, the Department of Education provides you a Student Aid Report, or SAR. Review it carefully, and if you need to make changes, just return to studentaid.gov and log in as a returning user. Don't forget to sign and submit your FAFSA again after you've updated your data. So what happens after you submit your FAFSA? In a couple of business days, your FAFSA information will be available to the schools that you've listed. So if you haven't already, make sure to complete an admissions application on each of those schools' websites. You'll want to watch for financial aid communication from each school. There's deadline dates, payment due dates, and there may be a request for additional information or forms from you. These communications are typically sent to your school assigned email address, not your personal email, or they may be in your school's portal. Be sure to check these places frequently. You may be selected for a process called verification. This means that the school will need to request additional forms, such as a verification worksheet and tax documents from you. Your financial aid will not be complete or awarded until you've turned in all of these items. So again, it's important to apply for financial aid early because the process does not end and it's not complete just when you submit your FAFSA. After all the documents have been submitted and reviewed, each school will present you with a financial aid offer letter or award letter. And when in doubt on what your next steps are, don't hesitate to contact your school's financial aid office. If you need assistance completing your FAFSA, there are a lot of resources available. The Federal Student Aid Information Center has great information on their website for FAFSA, FSA ID, loans, awards, and eligibility. Their website is studentaidhelp.gov. fafsa.ed.gov, and they have a help chat feature and email available. You can also call them at 1-800-4FED-AID. And this website has great information on starting the FAFSA process. I recommend that you pause the video now to jot this website down. As I've mentioned, the JJC Financial Aid website has additional help videos available, and some of those videos are listed here. You can also feel free to call or email us. For help on your FAFSA, we offer dates and times for financial aid application completion nights. Visit our website for upcoming dates and to reserve your spot. We also offer in-person and virtual appointments with financial aid advisors. You can call us to schedule an appointment. Before attending a completion night or an appointment with your advisor, be sure to create your FSA ID for yourself and for your parent if applicable. Complete and save as much of your FAFSA as possible and write down your remaining questions. And have copies of your income tax forms, W-2s, and any other asset and income information available. Our contact information is listed here. If you have any questions about completing the FAFSA, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help, and we're happy to help. Again, please check back on our website for more financial aid help videos. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a great day.